G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you've had an awesome day. I hope you smiled today or made somebody else smile, because smiles are friggin' awesome. And I am smiling, of course, because Andy from the UK has done another little piece of work here that is just an absolute gem when it comes to Amber Heard's lies and the fake photos that she has presented. Before we get into all of that and looking at the Andy files, can I just ask that you give this video a little bit of a like and maybe share it out if you can, just to help that YouTube algorithm to send this out to more people so that more people can see the truth, of course. All right, let's get into the Andy files. Okay, so those of you who don't know the Andy files, Andy has done an absolute plethora of work, a huge amount of very detailed and very skillful work in investigating the photos and the integrity of such photos for Amber Heard and what she submitted as evidence in both the UK trial and in Virginia. So if you haven't seen all of those Andy Files videos, please check out SEC on YouTube. She has got a playlist with all of the incidents that Andy has investigated and covered. So I definitely recommend checking that out. All right, so what he says here, Incident 12, proof that bruise was added to the photos. In my previous analysis, I highlighted the fact that Ms. Heard's slightly raised cheek mole could be seen across all the injury photos she gave into evidence for Incident 12 in the UK trial, other than the photo of her standing in front of the fridge. I made the point that the mole could not have yet formed, and hence that the photograph of Miss Heard in front of the fridge must have been taken at a different time, and well before the other injury photos of that same incident. This was further supported by two calendar pages that could be seen on the fridge door behind Miss Heard, the top of one of which showed the month of either January or February 2015, almost a year prior to the incident. Of course, this incident was the December 15th, 2015 incident. So she alleged it happened in December, and these photos appeared to be in January or February, almost a year earlier. However, Miss Heard introduced the same photo into evidence in the Fairfax trial, only this time the mole had been miraculously reappeared on Miss Heard's cheek. And you can see there on the left, we have the image submitted to the UK trial and the image submitted to the Fairfax trial. Now, despite the lighting and, filters or other corrections that have been put in there, yeah, he's quite clear that the mole is quite different, or not even in existence in one, and it appears in the other one. So let's dive a little bit more deeper into that. Below are two magnified images of the same part of Miss Heard's face, taken from the original UK and Fairfax PDF images given into evidence by Miss Heard. There is no doubt that the photograph from the UK trial was airbrushed to remove the mole and other nearby blemishes from Miss Heard's cheek. Okay, now we can see a nice close-up there. We've got the circle, no mole here, and there is a mole here. UK trial on the left, Fairfax trial on the right. Distinct difference, two different photos. All right. The bruise seen directly below Miss Heard's right eye is also significantly different between the two photographs. Using the circle of reflected light seen in Miss Heard's right eye as a marker, the yellow dashed line drawn vertically from that marker does not intersect the bruise seen in the UK photo, but does intersect the bruise in the Fairfax photo, with a significant amount of the bruise to the left of the intersect. So when he's saying bruise here, he's of course using inverted commas, i.e. bruise, because it's alleged, and of course, as we know, it didn't actually happen and it wasn't a bruise. I digress. Okay. There are also dark blemishes seen in both photos to the right of the bruise that are in totally different locations between the two photos. The vertical arrowed yellow line, which points to a dark blemish in each of the two photos, intersects the corner of Miss Heard's eye at totally different positions between the respective photos, thereby proving them to be different blemishes, neither of which is seen in the other photo. So you can see there he's drawn the yellow lines onto there to give a point of reference, which I think is fantastic. So he's given a point of reference, and as you can see as well, he describes the blemishes are either non-existent or totally different. So between the two photos, they're entirely different, yet she has submitted evidence to the Fairfax County Court and, of course, to the UK court, saying that these are both the same photo, when clearly they are not. There are also dark lines that form a V shape indicated by the blue arrow, which can be seen across the bruise in the Fairfax photo, but cannot be seen in the UK photo. Yeah, exactly. So he's pointing that out as well with the little blue arrow. It's a little bit faint, but hopefully you can see that down there. So the photos just do not align whatsoever. He goes on, the bruises are not even the same shape, and the bruise in the Fairfax photo seems slightly lower than the one in the UK photo. It is evident that an image of a bruise has been laid on top of each photo, probably at separate occasions, using a photo editor, and that the process of feathering or blending the edges and body of the bruise has significantly changed the appearance of the bruise between the two photos. Okay, so you can see there, he's drawn a straight line with the green dotted line there through both center lines or through a single line as a point of reference. And as indicated by the yellow arrow lines here, you can see that the bruise itself is in a completely different position. And I again do this bruise, alleged bruise is in a different position. So the above analysis gives irrefutable proof that the bruise seen under Miss Heard's right eye has been photoshopped onto a pre-existing photo, in this case, a photograph that was evidently taken months before the actual incident. And I have to just say, absolutely brilliant work by Andy again. Absolutely fantastic work. He's done so much. If people haven't checked out the other Andy files, you can go over onto SEC and check those out. But again, we see Amber Heard telling lies. She has no real evidence. And of course, we heard from that incident, she had a broken nose, 2 black eyes, bruised ribs, hair pulled out, and then we saw the photos of her on the James Corden show where, well, let's just face it, she was immaculate complexion-wise and everything else. So there's also a video that's fantastic on Law and Lumber channel. He's done a video debunking the breaking of the bed as well, which is a really, really interesting video. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. And until next time, I'm Stevie J.